Well, thank you. Thanks a lot, Victor. It's amazing, this event that you are doing. Fantastic organization. Also, the content so far, I've seen fantastic presentation. So, yeah, just. But I think we have great content also with Thiago today. Just to introduce myself, so Jean Latière, I'm a Cloud FinOps specialist. Yeah, I've been working with AWS, SAP in the past, Accenture. Today I'm running a boutique cloud financial management consultancy called optimnow.io.
Yeah, and thank you, Victor. Thank you for everyone that is attending. I'm Thiago Moser. I'm a technical account manager here at Real Cloud. I'm a Brazilian as well, so hope to see Brazilians in here in the call. And together we are going to explore a little bit about AI agents and MCP, especially in the FinOps scope, of course, and how we can really leverage and not only look at buzzwords but go into real demos and real architecture scenarios. So let's get into it, Jean.
Yeah, so as you're saying, like now is time to discuss a bit what artificial intelligence can do for us and why it matters now. Because yeah, we're basically shifting from LLMs to agentic AI, and we're seeing that already chatting with LLM, it's already deja vu, and we're moving on to agentic AI. So we'll discuss a bit what is MCP, because it's foundational to agentic AI architecture. We'll dive into some architectures and we'll do some demos to illustrate the architecture. So we'll try to do them live. Well, we were working them, they were working, so fine. We'll share some lessons learned. So what works so far, what does not work yet, because yeah, what do you want to get ready for? And yeah, how do you want to get started? How do you want to contribute? We have lots of content to share with you and that you can contribute to. So yeah, let's jump to why it matters now. Well, cloud cost management, you've heard on that it's become extremely complex. We got the commitments to manage the reservations, the savings plan that are getting increasingly complex to manage. You have containerized workloads running on Kubernetes. They can be very volatile. You need to be proactive when optimizing their costs. And now we got the AI workloads. You need to optimize your GPU fleets. You have new platform as a service solutions like Databricks that you need to optimize. So it looks like FinOps has reached like the next level in terms of complexity. And there's only that much that you can achieve with a manual cost governance. It's really starting to fall short. So what we need today, we need interoperability, we need proactive control, and we need more automation. And that's exactly what AI agents are supposed to bring. Because yeah, we are jumping from LLMs that respond to your queries to agents that autonomously observe, plan, act, and reflect, a bit like Agent Smith, in the Matrix trilogy. Yeah, that's what we need to deal with today. But to do that, they need context. And what is the context? What is the context for FinOps? It's details on your big data, it's details on your utilization, some metrics, for example, on your EC2, your CPU utilization, your memory utilization. And that's where MCP entered the scene a few months ago to connect LLMs with our systems. And yeah, we've seen already waves of MCP, a wave of MCPs developed by AWS. So more than 60 of them the last time we checked already. But also you find for Azure, you find for GCP. So yeah, Tiago, what are those MCPs about? Like, what can you tell us about?
No, great. Yeah, and actually MCP is super simple. It's basically a protocol that standards the way AI agents or LLMs or different models connect to different tools, to different data seamlessly way and a secure connection as well. So you can audit which tools the model is using, when is being used, and you can track it down which MCP servers or which tools you want the models to connect, and basically give the right context to the models to deliver and to gather the results that you're expecting. And I even saw in the chat that you're talking about hallucination, and this is super important because the models are not deterministic, they are probabilistic. So using the right metrics, the right data, the right tools will increase the right results that is given or the completion of the test, right, Joe?
Yeah.
And let's go into a bit of architecture. We're going to show right now the demo as well. But just to give you a context, here we're going to use the Cloud Desktop architecture, whether we are using Cloud Desktop as our MCP client, basically, which access the AI model. I'll be using Cloud Sonnet 4.5, so you know. And I'm running locally. I'm an MCP server, which connects to my AWS account using my EIM profile, which we'll use by having the user authentication and leverage the access so he can gather information on my AWS account. And the beautiful part is that it's not only one tool. You can gather information from Cross Explorer, use AWS budget, compute optimizer, cost in usage, savings plans, and so on. So a lot of context, a lot of information that the model can give, that can gather here and really leverage a task that you give it to him. I will need to send a request if you guys can help me here to share my screen. Let me
Yeah.
see. Thank you. I will share my Cloud Desktop. I have a prompt here. So the idea here is I have an
I
MCP
will stop
connected.
share. I don't know if like people can see.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah.
Hope you guys can see my screen right now.
Yeah, perfect.
Yep.
So basically the idea here is I have a billing cost management, which is a AWS as a MCP server connected, which gathers a lot of different tools, as I shown before. And if I ask the model to analyze my AWS cost account using the billing MCP server, which I'm intended so the model can really leverage the MCP server here. I will have a HTML report, which will help tremendously look at the data itself and even have a brief summary of any insights and any suggested next steps with the data itself. So while it's running and take some time because you need to analyze and really understand the data here, I will share. Let me share my screen as well. Just a second. Where I have okay where I have a slide that show a result, and then I'll go back to the Cloud Desktop. So basically, I created a prompt, a bit more mature prompt, where I need to analyze and have the details of cost data by service, tag, linked account, analyze spends over the last 3 months, especially maybe this week will be important to understand the trends and so on. Any anomaly, any unexpected spikes, recommended queries, because I really want the model to use all the tools available and even gather information on governance and create a dashboard. So the first phase of any AI model will be to retrieve the data using the MCP servers. So any box here that you are looking will basically leverage a different tool. So this type will use Cost Explorer, Cost Anomaly, Cost Explorer again to analyze each and every task that I give it to him, and using 8 phases this prompt. So really need to explore the data on my AWS account to retrieve the right information, and then we'll create an AI report basically. So every information that is presented on this AI in this report, which is a HTML report, HTML dashboard in this case, really leverage and uses the data from my account in the last 3 months. So it's super quick to create this type of things, and I will show it because it's done already on my Cloud Desktop while I was showing here the slides. So like Gian mentioned, the idea of using AI FinOps, AI tools is not to change or stop using FinOps teams, but really achieve a quicker result using the AI itself. So it's super impressive how much details it really gives, and I will get in my Cloud Desktop just to show you guys the real results right now. So as I mentioned, as I showed before, the model analyze Cost Explorer. You can audit every part of the thinking behind it and all the queries that is you need to do beforehand, right? So session SQL, it creates a query itself, and then it shows in a AWS cost analysis report in this case. So I have my weekly total number, daily average, month to date. So it's really impressive how quick I can have this data, and the results are really impressive, not only because it's super quick and super easy to manage, but as well, the data is the real thing on my AWS account. So if you're thinking a whole different structure, a whole different architecture is really impressive. And even in the end, it has the recommended next steps. So I'm not only using the data, but the model is thinking and try to give different insights so how I can leverage my AWS account and get cheaper, for example, and be better, right?
You'll see when you try it, you'll see that it always do the extra mile. So we share the prompts that we've been using. So
Yeah.
there are some very interesting prompts that we worked out that you can use, and you'll see that it always to go the extra mile and give some recommendations even when you're not asking. So that's actually very cool. And if you don't want to use Cloud Desktop, you could use Q, for example.
Yeah, yeah. So not only cloud desktop, I don't want to be vendor like in here. So we have Amazon Q, for example. So you guys, if you're just using AWS and want to use all the AI capabilities from AWS, we have a different architecture where you connect from your terminal, you have your authentication, but not only using cloud desktop to manage, you can use Amazon Q and have the same MCP server connected. And as thinking a bit ahead as well. Maybe want to deploy it on AWS, all the components. So the web application itself, where you can chat with the AI model, you're using IAM to connect via Amazon Bedrock as well. So you can maybe change the model, use DeepSeek, ChatGPT, Cloud Sonia, any model. You can have different MCP servers, all of them connected to your own AWS account, or like Jean mentioned, maybe GCP account, maybe Azure subscriptions. So the whole idea here is to really leverage the technology and maybe use the architecture wherever you want, right?
Yeah, and also it's quite important to I'll shift back now to this one
Yeah.
because I'll try to demo it, but it's quite important to stay within AWS because when you're using Cloud Desktop or even when you use Q, all your data is going outside of the AWS
Yeah.
account. So yeah, here basically you're going to have like something that's starting to look like a real setup, a real enterprise setup. So I'll try to also do live. So here you see you have like a chatbot interface, user UI, which is running on the C2 instance that was explained by Thiago. You can see it's connected with 7 tools, the AWS billing MCP. It has 7 tools behind. So let's ask a simple question. Yeah, just tell me my AWS cost this month so far, excluding tax tasks. And yeah, so it's telling you what it's doing. First, needs to know what day it is. So here, what's cool is that you can really trace what it's doing. So it's taking get today date to be sure it's going for the right dates. Then it's going to go for get cost and usage. So here what it's doing, it's querying the curve. And that's coming to another question, like what we have is often, oh, it hallucinates. Yeah, but that's what the MCP is about. It's about like giving the right context, giving as much data and trying to guide him so that there is only as little hallucination as possible. So it's already done. What it's telling me, yeah, so far, excluding tax, $26. It gives me a breakdown per service, which I've not asked, by the way, so that's cool. Cost Explorer, yeah, that's right, that's $26. Yeah, cool. So another demo that works well. just not one, but 2 demos with Thiago today. So we're doing a good job. And we could ask it, for example, what's the forecast? What's the forecast for AWS costs end of the month? So I repeat AWS cost because I want to be sure it's going to use the MCP. That's something we are going to tell you during the lessons learned. You have a couple of suggestions for optimization. So what it's doing here, get the forecast, etc. End of October. Yeah, it's already doing the thing, the tool. So here you see it's calling the get forecast tool from the MCP. So it's calling an API basically. So it's not the LLM doing itself the calculation. It's more like calling an API. Yeah, so it's probably going to take a bit of time. The LLM is Cloud Sonnet 3.5. As Thiago was saying, you can take older LLMs. It's pretty simple to implement with Bedrock. And with Bedrock, you can also set up some guardrails so that you are sure that your chatbot behaves the right way. So he's telling you, he's checking the cost drivers to, identify optimization opportunities. And here, what is good is that you can add your corpus of knowledge, of FinOps knowledge. And for example, you can do a RAG of this corpus, and then it's going to interrogate this database, this corpus of knowledge that you have to produce those recommendations. But to be honest, here, I'm not sure it's going to find so much because, in terms of EC2, I don't have much. So it's probably a bit struggling to find something interesting to share with me. It's taking a bit of time, so let's move on because don't want to be too late about these guys. Perhaps we can come back to it later. How agents and MCP can transform Cloud FinOps. Yeah, so what we see is that it's not going to replace all of us, FinOps practitioners. It's more going to augment us and to help us accelerate how we work. Like all the data analytics, like the basic recommendations, the formatting, it's going to accelerate it tremendously. And so we can focus on more value-added content. Like, for example, unit economic metrics, like the business value of the cloud, like working on the cost allocation, like working on simulations, refining our commitment strategy. Also, we can make estimates and we can build estimations a lot faster. We have done like some demos with Thiago where you can make simulations extremely fast. And last thing for me, you can put FinOps now in the hands of people who did not have it, like were not so comfortable using it, like the finance or even the management can work out some FinOps, like having some analytics without having to ask middle management or an analyst for a report. But yeah, Thiago, what do you think?
Yeah, no, exactly. And I think that's the beautiful part is really building an architecture where AI agents are here to help to gather information quickly and to present you guys and really use the technology at your favor and building a structure, especially use MCP in a safe way where you have the data that is important to you and maybe creating different agents for not only FinOps, but for DevOps, for security. So everything here is really to enable you guys to use AI at your favor, right?
Yeah,
And
so what have we learned so far?
yeah, I would say like beyond the hype, right? We are always talking about AI and AI is a buzzword right now. It's not a silver bullet. Like we really want to emphasize require a structure, require prompt engineering as well, using the models to avoid hallucinations. create context, not delivering a lot of different tools, because if you give a lot of things to the AI model, maybe it wants to use everything. It takes a while to get the result, and maybe the result is not the one that you're expecting. So really try to focus and use the AI in the pain points that you have on the manual things that you are doing right now, and create context, create guardrails to have a safe way to use AI models, right, Jean?
Yeah, and as you said a bit earlier, LMs are probabilistic, not deterministic. So very often we've seen that it's calling APIs to do some calculations, not doing it by itself. But still what we saw using over the past months, using those MCPs and LMs, there is often there is a bit of variance in the results. And there is even more variance when you start using multiple MCPs per session. So now AWS offers 60 MCPs. But yeah, you need to limit yourself to 2 or 3 MCPs. Otherwise, you get a bit of confusion. Yeah, the LM is not so sure about which one to use. In terms of data, you don't want to overflow it. You don't want the token overflow passing too much data. So here it was quite simple. We have not so much data, but we did not try to fetch inside the whole core of a multi-million dollar
Yeah.
company. So if you do that, you need to be careful. You need to set up a token budget per session. Otherwise, it could cost a bit. But that said, it's not costing much, especially when you compare to the cost of a FinOps solution, of a FinOps suite. And with it very much looks like the future. We see that, for example, Vantage has announced that they are going for an agent. Many actors
The vendors. Yeah.
yeah, many vendors. Don't know if I'm allowed to say the other one. So, but they are also going for the agents. So yeah, I think we need
Not the
to get
future,
ready
it's the
for it.
present. Yeah.
The thing is that, is it autonomous yet to do actively, proactively some optimization on your behalf, like cleaning some orphan disk, like the basic GP2 to GP3 in AWS, the right sizing? We are not sure yet you can totally give it like control over it. We're not sure it's ready. But yeah, it's getting very good, and it's getting easier and easier to implement. Also, like setting up some guardrails, it's getting easier to do. So we really encourage you to start manipulating it, playing with it, so that you can make yourself your ID and not keep the idea of LMs of 18 months ago or 12 months or even 6 months ago, because it's moving so fast. So we've been sharing, putting this in a GitHub. We share with you the use cases, play with them, download, collaborate, and yeah, contact me or Thiago, and we're happy to answer your questions and work with you guys.
Yeah, 100%. Please use it, guys. It's free and help us to deliver more value here as well.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for the presentation. I think it was a very insightful and very useful stuff. So I encourage people to try it.